Freedom 35, 5, 5, 5.
Dude, start the podcast.
Wow.
You recording, Gordon?
We're recording, Gordon.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Freedom 35ers, Cardano NFT podcast, episode 23. Technically episode 24 for all the OGs out there. My name is Tommy. I go by TLWMY.
My name is TJ. I go by Lazy T.
And I am the other Tom. I go by Lavish Bear.
And tonight, Tiny Tom's Wonderland. What's
little shout out
explain that one a little bit.
Yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I don't know if anyone plays Borderlands out there, but that just that came out. And I'm a huge Borderlands fan, so I've been enjoying that.
Dude, I love Tiny Tina. That was inside of I think Borderlands 2. Was it 2?
The first one that
Yeah.
came out in,
Yeah, she's got a whole new expansion
thing,
now, huh? Shout out to the Borderlands. Tiny Tom's. It's a little tongue twister right there.
I didn't get to play that one with you guys.
People don't actually know too. I'm
I think I was in
5'1"
school
in real life.
You're what?
I'm 5'1" in real life. People don't actually see
Tiny
that.
Tom.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
actually
Tiny Tom. And then you got TJ over here. Tea time.
Tea time, baby.
Tea time. It's pretty good. It's like a tool time. It's a tea time.
Like that. What was that from
Home Improvement?
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
I was just about to do the sound effect, but I wanted you to handle that one.
I got you, dude. No worries. And
You're tired Tom over here. I'm with you on that.
And then I'm over
well.
your host over here, Tired Tom, even though I'm powering through this right now. But we've done a Monday stream of about 4 hours between a JCRYPTO video and Aaron Cowboys of Crypto. Then last night our live stream, CNFT live, about 4 hours, over 4 hours worth of stuff. And then tonight we're over here. We got a chance to talk to the Yummi universe devs about their Litepaper. And now we're over here recording the podcast. So it has been back to back to back to back. It's been insane. And I'm definitely
while working during the day, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we work. Yeah. I'm at work anywhere from 8 to 6 o'clock sometimes, depending on the day. And then I come home right here. So
hey, we're happy to be busy though. We can't get enough of it right now. Just enjoying doing it, especially that
it's good to be busy.
Went great last night. Yeah, I did not feel like 4 hours at all. When we were in there, the first hour kind of felt a little longer. Then it really started rolling well, and at the end it was just like, wow, it's been 4 hours. That's crazy,
dude. That CNFT live stream was insane yesterday.
That was awesome.
We got a chance to talk. This was the first of its kind event inside of Cardano. CNFT Live was with all these different content creators. Some of the biggest ones in here, including Block is Hot, Blake, CNFT, Cardano Thor, us, Atlantic, and then newcomers Chronicles, the Daily Chronicles with Chronic and Chrissy, as well as DJ and Travis. And dude, it was a fun night. I did not really know what to expect going into it. We kind of just threw the idea together. It kind of got born between Blake and then Block is Hot, I think, suggested it, and then it kind of grew into what it did. But dude, it was so much fun to get it. We look like the damn Brady Bunch over here, the shared screen over here, the 9 different tile squares, and it was just all 9 of us on stream live in front of about 160 concurrent viewers, almost, I think is what it was.
Well, no, between that and Twitch, with Twitch, I think it was over 200 because people. I don't think many people were watching on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. That'd be kind of weird. So it was split between Thor's Twitch channel and then the Block is Hot's YouTube channel, and then of course Blake was the host of this episode of the first one. So but I think it was over 200.
Yeah.
It was cool to interact with some of the other influencers or content creators that we haven't got to talk with yet, because we had Blake on here, Cardano, Thor, but the other ones we really haven't had a chance to talk and interact with yet on stream or face to face in a sense, as much as you can be. So that was cool to get their take on stuff and just be in that video with them. And
you say Brady Bunch, Tommy, we got to pull this apart where me, TJ, and then Chrissy from the Daily Chronicles, because I think you mentioned it during the show, and then she kind of expanded on it, where we all did we were all all three of us at the same time. Yeah, we were doing like the Brady Bunch thing, and I don't think everyone caught on to that. It's kind of like half a wave in a stadium that like the rest of the other half weren't doing.
That's true. I forgot we did that.
So my idea was I was going to take that part of us all doing it, and we can find parts of everyone else looking. I'm sure everyone looks to some direction at one point and make a little Brady Bunch intro.
So that's a great idea.
Yeah. But we 100%. I just remembered that we actually did that during the show. Like we were all like looking up and looking around.
I definitely remember doing it because I looked in every direction, just being in the middle. I felt I had that pressure on me.
Is that the Alice spot? I'm pretty sure that's the maid.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that's where
I'm
Alice
Alice.
is.
That's my name tonight. I'm not Tired Tom anymore. I'm Alice tonight for the rest of the show.
That's funny.
But no, this was the first time we got to flex our new little space background over here, Tom. You gave us a little makeover. We rebranded a little bit for this to look a little nicer.
Couple
So it
upgrades,
was,
yeah.
yeah, it was fun, and this was done through I think it was Blake's program. That kind of, I like how like you were able to bring, we're able to bring stuff on screen. He was able to edit. It was fun. And then on top of that, we gave over, what was it, over 2,000 ADAs worth of giveaways throughout that whole night. We had a lot of stuff to give away.
I didn't win. I was pissed.
I know, bro. I kept trying to enter every
I
single
entered
one of
every
those.
one too, right? Yeah. I was waiting because I was actually like retweeting them just to kind of get them out there and share them. But I was waiting for one of them.
Oh,
to
very
show up
nice
where,
of you
like,
to share them. Yeah, okay.
I just, well,
Right?
I wouldn't like them. You know, I didn't like them. I was just
So you didn't enter. Okay,
Yeah.
I got you.
But no, so I was
Yeah.
waiting though for one of our names to show up for that. Just like, you know, like didn't actually enter, but it was just like, oh, there's like Lazy T or something like that.
Right.
Because there was quite a few of those. Some of them, some people ended up missing out. I know, you know, it was the first one. We're still working on I guess we maybe need to kind of narrow down that criteria on something we all agree on so they're all even across. But
Yeah,
I know there were some that at the end, like people just weren't following the right people, like the basic stuff. Like you just got to follow the account there. So it's always disappointing to see that.
Well, it was funny too because there were some of them that just didn't have like a description, or the first one he ran was with a banner too. Somebody didn't have a banner and didn't get it. I was like, but he did. He was very generous.
They
I'll
coming
give him
back
that.
though. One of them came back and one later. I forgot. Oh man, I forget the name too. Because I think they were in the.
I think it was Hillary because I think I see her right
that's
here.
What it is, Hillary. That's what
rejected.
It was.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what it was. And then she came back and actually won one later in the show. They stuck around and entered another one.
That was so much fun though, to see like all the different like people inside the chat that were from different communities, including ours as well. We had a bunch of F-35ers in there representing throughout the entire 4 hours, and that was so cool. And it felt like a good mix, like you said, Tom. Earlier, we were talking off stream about how everybody had their own, support inside of that chat. It was fun.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that you saw during the show, everyone kind of had different waves of their kind of channel coming in and flooding and shouting out their show. It wasn't kind of like overwhelmed by anyone at one time. So it's cool seeing everyone come together like that. And then I think, you know, we had a couple runs where, like, I know with the Daily Chronicle, we got kind of gave a little boost to their followers and subscribers. And then we got Thor over 1,000. It was fun, like refreshing his and getting it over. And even ours, I think, got a nice little boost from it at the end too. So it definitely was a nice little benefit to kind of at least expose all of us to each other's communities and get each other involved.
Yeah, it was a cool format too. I like the giveaway, like where everybody kind of had their own giveaway that they had secured or at least had something to do, because it boosted community engagement for whoever they were. And on top of that, it helped us out. I think we jumped like over 200 followers last night on Twitter, and jumped up like 60 subs or something like that too. So it was fun. My favorite part though too is just getting the shout outs to Wraith over there for the gift. Like shout out to Wraith and Haptics, or Haptics, same guy. For donating to gift Wraith over there. That was one of the coolest giveaways, I thought, of the night, even though, you know, Wraith isn't really well known throughout the entire community, maybe now just because he's, you know, started back in the day when we were getting started. But this gift over here was such a cool thing from him, and I really appreciated that, because now somebody gets to design their own Wraith, and they're going to get to hit the sales proceeds of it. And the winner of that was a guy named Florida Crypto, who's a big whale inside of Boss Cats, inside of Ghostchain, inside of the Ape Society, and probably multiple other projects. So I'm curious what he does and how he, how his engagement with Wraith and what that does for Wraith. I hope it does well, and I feel like it will.
Yeah, you're always happy to see that. Even, you know, that was fantastic for Wraith, and then also we had the Ghostchain one in there, which I think was Oside. Oside won the Ghostchain.
Oside, yeah, Oside 3000, who. I was looking back through the chat. I didn't realize. I knew he's in Blake's and Atlantic's and a couple other servers. I've seen his name around for sure.
I remember for Blake's show when we did it, he was in the chat the entire time for our episode with him.
He was there the entire. Look back at the chat today when we started to the time we finished. He was there the entire time chatting away. So shout out to Oside for winning the Ghostchain, and also shout out to Slick for the donation of that ghost to be able to even do that. I know Slick's big thing was like, dude, I just hope nobody floors this ghost. So I was super happy to see Oside win that, because he was like, dude, he goes, I diamond hand a lot of different things, but he's like, this is the community I wasn't able to be a part of. He goes, I'm really excited. Thank you so much today when we sent that over to him.
That's and the Wraith one, that just happy to see, like, you know, we don't have any control over that, but, you know, there's kind of sometimes a little like like, oh, nerve-wracking to see. It goes to, you know, a person wins a giveaway on Twitter usually, and then their entire Twitter is just them entering giveaways all day long. It's like, is this even a real account at that point? So it's nice to see it go to people that are actually engaged in the community and are going to actually enjoy the NFT and look into it more and kind of join in.
Yeah, I was super happy to see that. So shout out to everybody on that stream too. Like that was so much fun last night. I definitely think, you know, we've already, you know, we talked about improvements already through with the guys and talked about even bringing new people in already and how this is going to evolve. I think this can become very big inside the space. And I think it's important to go ahead and get new people involved in this too. And as people are, you know, coming up, or even some of the bigger people inside the space that didn't make it in last night. And then on top of that, just us kind of pacing a little bit better. I think we learned that last night that we did not all plan to be there for 4 hours, but it ended up working. But yeah, it got a little long, but for the viewers too,
like what was it? Robin Williams coming out of Jumanji. What year is it? You know, when he said out here,
it's been 84 years.
Just like, you know, a casual half a work day, not a big deal.
Yeah. But it felt, I mean, honestly, it did go by quick, but obviously towards the end we were dragging a little bit. It was crazy though, because like you learned so much from it. Like we definitely next time we'll be involved with the chat a lot more. I think that's one thing that we talked about, how we can improve
100%.
And then also rewarding the people who are in the chat the entire time with those giveaways, a way to do that too, for the interaction, because it was cool to see so many different people. We saw a lot of people inside the community even stop inside there. You know, I did see Cardano Poppy in there. I did see, I think, a Cinnamon Bun from Real Talk was in there, Rokindo, Cardano Man, and then some projects and stuff were in there, Cardania and
I saw Ada Ninjas there a lot. They were there for a while.
Yeah, there were so many different people, and I'm sure we missed a bunch of them, but it was fun because you saw all the communities start to kind of rally in the same way where we all have different perspectives inside the space. There were so many different communities that were jumping in and out. There's Boss Cats in there. The Smoothie Yeti Club was showing up. Frog Factory, dude, they were hammering that chat too. So it was so many different things. And you never, it's like the space, right? Like everybody just kind of like has their own little niche lane. So it was cool to see everybody in one spot. And that's why I think this event was so as successful as it was.
100%. We kind of like all not, I wouldn't say represent, we're not partnered or anything like that, but we all are, I guess, bullish on our individual projects. You know, like a lot of these guys hold Yummies, but you know, we're kind of the ones that get the most excited about it. And then, you know, getting to talk to like Daily Chronicles, for they're very strong on Boss Cats and Equine,
the
Ape Society, exactly. So it was fun, like hearing everyone's side of things, because they're just more connected in those communities than we can be just with the time we have for it even. So it's fun getting everyone together then and share that, especially with the viewers too, because they all come in from each community as well, and kind of mix in, and then we get to interact with them. That's why I kind of like the live show too, is just getting to actually interact with people. We've gotten to do that a lot more now that we have our Discord up, and again, interact with our viewers opposed to just answering like comments on YouTube. But it's been a lot nicer getting to interact like live with people, and kind of like you said too, hopefully the next one maybe answer a few more questions and kind of let them lead it along a little more, get them involved.
Yeah, and then going forward too, like I said, this can evolve into something so much bigger. Oh, look at Tom getting a highlight here, but that was always the scariest part about that thing, is when you started talking for a little bit long, like he would focus it on you and you'd get blown up, and it's just like, even though there was only 100 to 200 people sitting there like watching you live, that pressure. TJ, you made a good joke in the beginning about like when we were doing our intros.
Well, I was gonna make like a Sandlot reference. I don't remember if you remember when Smalls walks up to like when he first introduces to like the team, he's like, "Don't be a doofus, don't be a doofus." When he's walking onto the baseball field, like that was like playing in my head before like my little introduction. Like I do this all the time with you guys. I've been on live stream. I've done Twitch for like 4 viewers, one being me and my mom, whatever. But you know, like this was just a whole nother level of doing the intro stuff. So it was just a little nerve-wracking first. Then everyone loosened up when it started going a bit more, which was cool.
Well, right when it kicked off too, like, you know, this we have a little more control. It is recorded and then put out later. We edit it, like on this when it's live, and then I see right away like, oh, it's already at 140 viewers. We're like 30 seconds in. Okay, there's quite a few people in here.
Son of a bitch.
Straight out the gate. And it was definitely right. It was unique too, because we're 3 people for one thing, where these guys were all representing for themselves. So like you said, we had a little takeover. I always wonder like if that'll ever be a possibility, if we do want to rotate some more people in, if we're able to condense ourselves into a box of one. I don't know how that'll work, but maybe
I
one
mean,
day we'll
I've
figure out
even
technology.
we even talked about like rotating like every hour or something, like not even just with us,
Yeah.
but like as with other creators, because we're going to be reaching out to more people that want to be in this. Like every hour, 2 hours, we rotate someone out and someone else comes in and gives
Or
their
I'll just
take
have
on
to come over,
something.
Tommy.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll just have to
I'll
come
just-
over.
I'll just drive up for a night, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. We'll get the live stream going all
That'll
in
be
one
fun.
area. But yeah, shout out to this. I think this is not going to be the last time we ever see one. This is just getting started. And I'm excited to see how it evolves each month with all the different people inside the communities. And I can imagine next time we're probably going to have some projects that are, willing to probably jump in and throw some stuff out there to get some of their projects talked about. So that'll be a fun thing. But the live stream format, like you said, I think is something that we're finding more and more enjoyable here as us as a podcast. And it gets to connect. We like the instant live gratification to connect with your audience and get a chance to chat with them. So I think that's something we definitely are planning to do more often. We're just working on the setup.
Absolutely.
And that'll kind of
if we
transition
say
us.
game nights again, and we haven't even started working on it. So like 9 episodes in a row now.
I
Get some
know,
game
yeah.
nights going here.
Yeah, we're getting to those game nights, I promise you. And another thing too is like jumping into like other streams and stuff this week. On like it wasn't scheduled or anything really until like not last minute, but JCRYPTO, we got a chance to jump on a JCRYPTO's channel to this Monday too as well.
That was
And
fun.
that was a fun, man. I love Jay. He's a good dude. He always provokes some good questions, some good
wicked
topics.
smart, you know.
He always seems so interested or so in whatever he's in. Like he's just like so, like it's fun to watch him sometimes because he's just like, yeah, like you can tell him like he's studying, he's writing down some notes every now and then. Like it's fun to talk with him. But he invited us onto the show, which I'm super thankful for. He's been doing really well lately too. But he was like, I've been so out of the CNFT game lately because I've been deep on the DeFi train. He's like, I'm so lost when it comes to CNFTs right now. He goes, I wanted to get you guys onto the show and just kind of pick your brains and see whether you think the market's going and just like trends and stuff like that. So it was a different avenue for us to kind of, even though we were talking CNFTs, it wasn't the specific format of us kind of updating you on projects and kind of riffing off each other. It was more so like focused on like that topic of what the market is doing, where it's going, and what possibilities we could get to. So dude, that was a fun. It ended up being a really good conversation.
It was fun. It was good. It was a good conversation. He's a great host. He's very knowledgeable what he's talking about, and it was cool that we could all just bounce off each other about what's going on with the market. So I thought it was a great video. If you guys haven't checked it out yet,
it was fun too. Like you said, Tom. We got to go on Blake's show. It's the second time we've been on someone else's show though. We filmed that before the actual live came out. It's just cool, getting to go on someone else's kind of platform and talk to them about it, let them kind of lead things along. And he bounced a lot of good questions off us that we don't necessarily always bring up amongst each other. He kind of challenged us with a few questions and asked a few things that we get to talk about. We don't always talk about. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Yeah. I was fighting to see like where we got like deep at the end of this of like where this, like the fractionalization, the lending, the metaverse, and like how that's going to integrate with like VR and reality and stuff like that. Like we got pretty deep at the end there. Which is usually what happens with him. You start to like going just hammering into a topic. But it was fun. I had a great time with him, and definitely have to do something like that again. I'd love to have Jay back on the show too.
I was gonna say I'm ready for part 2 on here too sometime. We'll have that. We'll definitely have to set that up.
And anytime we get some metaverse updates, man, he's always our go-to
there
guy.
We go. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So shout out to Jay, man. We appreciate it. And we missed our Taco Tuesday this week because of the live stream, so we'll get the chance to see him hopefully next Tuesday. But one thing I wanted to share, because I don't know if you can see right now, is this is from earlier, but I'm rocking the Yummi again because we have some exciting news of Yummi Universe's Litepaper that by the time you're listening to the podcast right now, you will have understood what this is and you will get a chance to have read this yourself. And then also may want to keep an eye out on the channel here, not too much longer after this podcast drops, hopefully, for a special interview going through this entire white paper with the actual devs from Yummi Universe themselves.
The tokenomics of it.
Watch. Tommy just sunk us. The light paper is going to be delayed by multiple
I was just going to say that, bro.
The interview is going to come out before this video. It's going to be like, oh, keep an eye out. That came out yesterday. What are you talking about, Tommy? This guy doesn't know he's talking about his own show.
Right. Are you going to get edited
what
out?
an idiot.
Well, now
that was
we're
great
going to
though.
have to.
Yeah, 100%. definitely.
Well, we got a chance to talk with like their team, right? Like that was the fun part about this. And like you know, obviously we talked to David earlier when it came to the first interview. We didn't get a chance to talk to Shannon, one of the other founder, but we did get a chance tonight to talk to our DJ Zero Action, Nick Supfrost, and also Fantu Robot, who also goes by Yummy Whale over there. And it's fun because you see these names inside their Discord and you see them online, and us being huge Yummy fans already. You know, it was like kind of just like, it was fun to like see these people that you talk to on a daily basis or like get updates from, and then actually visually get the chance to actually meet them. It was very cool, and we were very appreciative.
It was cool to hear that they were big fans first before even joining the team, just like, you know, us, like we were huge fans first before getting to talk with them. So it's cool to hear that backstory and what they're doing with the developing side on the Yummy team. So I thought that was awesome to hear about.
Well, I think I even told you guys after we recorded with them, kind of like fanboyed a little bit, because I didn't realize, you know, those names, Subfrost, DJ Zero Action, like you see them on Twitter, you see them in their Discord. I didn't realize they were involved in the team like this, but I just had like Yummy Whale. I was like, I know Yummy Whale. I follow him on Twitter. That's crazy. You're Yummy Whale? Like that was nuts. I wasn't ready for this.
Yeah. And it was cool to hear that these all were fans of the project prior to becoming onto the team. And that just shows how quick this space can grow, and how I love the fact that these guys are fans of the project, and now they're on a team, and they have the ability to do what they're doing and growing the project, because they're not just, you know, Yummy is not just hiring people who can do what they need them to do. They're hiring people who are actually like very invested, just really happy to be a part of that project. And that's what I love about it. So I know the quality is going to be good because they want it to succeed because they're fans themselves.
Right.
Well, it's almost like when a company, you know, gives its employees stock or something like that, so that they'll be kind of more motivated to work and be successful in their job, because then they actually have a share of that company and its success, and they can see money from that. They kind of, this went the opposite way. They didn't give them their Yummies. They were already bought in, like they're fully invested in this, ready to go. They're going to work as hard as they can, because, you know, that pays off to them, not only as being a part of the team now, is also they have their own Yummies invested in it. Like they are fully into this project on both sides, as both a community member, just a regular like civilian, and now also team members. So I mean, you guys both said it. It's just awesome to see. I like that they're getting people in that are, you know, all or nothing, go for broke.
Well, I like too, because I asked them, I was like, these, I didn't realize these weren't custom like PFPs or of the Narus at all. Like, no, we've minted and Sup said he actually minted this one like on mint. And I was like, dude, the luck you had for that one. That one's one of the sickest looking ones I've seen. And then obviously DJ Zero Actions is probably like one of the more recognizable ones inside the space as well. One of the coolest looking ones. And then obviously we heard the backstory from Fancy Robot or Yummy Whale on how he just liked the naked Naru. Forget the name of the actual trait for that. It starts with an H, I think. Yeah, it was fun to hear the backstory to how they picked their PFPs, because that's a pretty pivotal moment inside the actual, like, this is your like look, this is your brand now for Yummy, that everybody's going to know you by. So it was cool to hear the backstory from each one of them.
Well, and I'm sure DJ Zero has a few in Subfrost also. I only asked Yummy Whale because his name's Yummy Whale. I was like, how'd you even decide on one? Like,
yeah, he said he
got
like
whale status. Yeah, exactly.
Or not minted 100, but he got somehow he got 100 of this thing. So it's just crazy, and that's amazing. The cool thing though too was to hear like this was the interview, and the whole point of this. You know, we've talked to David, and we still every now and then get a chance to chat with him, and he was just like, hey, the white paper's coming out. We'd love for you guys to go ahead and get a chance to talk about it with our team. And
thanks again, David, for that.
Yeah, appreciate it, David. But he was also just like, I'm going to take the back seat on this one. I want my devs to kind of shine and then, you know, give them their spotlight. And just the fact that he did that alone, like that was so cool. And that's why we kind of focused what we focused on, the kind of the tokenomics, the coin aspect of it, and didn't really dive too much into the game itself yet. Maybe we'll save that for another stream here one day. But it was cool to hear that and give them their shine, because these guys have been working hard behind the scenes to get this to work, and, you know, showing off the actual website and the staking part of this, dude. This was probably one of my favorite things to do, was to get a chance to actually go on the website, and that you're actually going to be able to connect to your wallets to and see how much Yummy coin you're going to be able to get from staking the Narus themselves.
I was going to ask you to connect your wall, but I forgot you're not on your other computer.
I'm broken computer tonight again, guys. So but we've now, if you see the darker background possibly out of the three of our backgrounds, you'll know I might be on a different computer today. So
Yeah,
just
you
a
turned
little
your
bit
computer
out
on,
for
it
us.
sounded like someone put a baseball card in the spokes of their bicycle.
Bro, it was so
used to
Like a
bad.
do that.
steam engine or something like that turned on.
I know. But these, dude, first off, shout out to this team. We said this to these guys because TJ wanted to murder me every time I do this. Is the light mode
Oh, so
and
nice.
dark mode, like being able to
I
actually
can
go
see
to
it on the
dark mode.
stream even. Like, oh, I can see
Yeah,
the light.
can you
Well,
see
because
me?
my
Like, yeah.
face. Go look at that.
Yes.
Completely different.
I love that. That's such a key little this quality of life change that goes such a long way for people. But shout out to the team. This is the actual Yummy Universe website that you're going to go to actually stake your Naroos, which we learned about. Right now, the sorting options we're on all three of the options. You can actually search by collection over here. So you can go by the OG Naroos, the Spoopy Naroos, the Winter Naroos, and then about to be here soon, the Spring Naroos that are coming out there.
I don't know if these are accurate numbers, but did you guys? I just noticed this now. 442,069, 420,69 Yummy for all of those. I just noticed that right now.
If that's actually accurate and they thought that through, so that would be
is
like
hilarious.
the joke.
I don't know why I just caught that now and not during the interview, but that is hilarious to me.
Oh man, I hope that's what it is, man. Because I know they said they were pretty much about finalized on the 10K versions of what the staking rewards are going to be for the Yummy coin.
I think that's
that's
accurate.
amazing.
I think that's the final number.
That has to be right. That can't be.
I'm writing in the chat right now asking them.
Well, it's only good because like the main legendaries get that, and then after that, the main one of ones do that. That's amazing. But yeah, you can kind of see though over here that all these, the rarer your Naru traits are, the more Yummy coin you're going to get. So if we don't sort this by like the most like rarest collection over here, which again I have you guys over here, but if you don't sort it by the rewards and you just sort it by like the actual collection, you can see. I don't know if it's going to change on me. I think the page is actually timed out on me. But dude, the best part about this is I think people are about the secondary market's about to shake up for Naroos right now, and it's about to change the game for people. Because if you look over here, you see like the different Yummies that you're estimated to get, and I think which we talked about them as well is that you can basically like stake these things and they're going to yield you I guess less rewards for the floor ones, but the best part about it is that the rare ones get like super like multipliers for like that rare trait under 1% or whatever it is, like to a point where it's like super significant that you can definitely like you're gonna want to pick up these there's gonna be a lot of different snipes, right?
That's the one you're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Guys,
I
was getting so lost into like the website. I'm sitting over here
floors.
scrolling. I was so deep in thought right there. Like,
I think this should be live by the time this comes out Friday morning. Correct? Am I right there?
Yeah, it should come out Thursday, 31st.
Yeah, so I think it's
31st.
planning on coming out Thursday evening, which should be for us like Thursday afternoon or whatever. TJ, I think you got a chance to kind of take a look and see. And yours was worth like 4 Hosky token or something.
2 Hosky token actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wonder. Yeah, you can actually look them up by the serial numbers there, so you can actually search these. But basically, they said these are pretty much finalized on there. But if you're noticing on like the way these like are, what they're projecting, the rarer the traits you have, the higher the Yummy coin that you're going to earn. So that's why we were saying like it's almost beneficial. Like this one, a rarity, this mischievous trait just right here, it's yielding you 2331 Yummy. It's a trait that is at 0.99%. So it's just barely under 1% rarity, but it's yielding you more than this whole Naru right over here, who has everything that's like at like a 2 to 2%, like a 3% rarity right here. This thing's only net you 1747. This one trait alone gets you 2331. So
well, that's not nice. Don't say only. Come on now. It's not nice. Well, someone owns him.
Somebody does own him, and I'm sorry, dude.
Well, now I want to see Tommy. Can you just for the sake of doing this while you're on here, can you either body? I think I have the Naru shirt as one of a good one. I think the Naru shirt is one.
I know I have the poncho and a chef hat.
The chef hat. Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm just kind of curious what I want to see it's at and see how this works right now. That's just
there you go.
Naru
so there's your Naru t-shirt over there. So it's going to net you about 544,
which makes sense. That's one of the more common ones because it's just a Naru shirt. It's kind of like their branded shirt, but 544 ADA, and that number is based on a monthly staking reward.
Yes.
And then I know they still are working on finalizing it. I think they mentioned it might be 3 weeks, 5 weeks, or 7 weeks. but then the rewards will be paid out on a 4-week basis, I guess. So that the numbers we're seeing here are all based on like what you would get for a 4-week stake. So you get more if you do the 5-week or 7-week.
Oh wow,
obviously it continues to
cyber farm.
increase.
You see that the only reason I pulled up the cyber angry, so my brother, who he dabbles in this stuff, but he has no idea, and this is actually his right here. He's going to be getting 11,000.
Son of a bitch.
So he's like Tommy. He goes, "Yo,
that's the
can
significance
you-"
of those little rare traits, though. That's how much it
Yeah.
increases. 500
Well,
to getting 11,000 a month.
And the crazy part was he asked me, he's like, "Hey, get me a good Yummi," and I'm like, "Hey," I was like, "How much data you got to spend?" He goes, 1,000.
I'm texting him right now for it.
And he was like, "Well, can I get 2 of them?" And I was like, "Don't get 2 of them." And he's like, "Well, why?" Because I was like, if I floored you, if I got 2 floor ones at the time, even if I had gotten pretty good about a snipe, he would have netted maybe what, like 5,000, 4,000 of the Yummi coin. I bought him one, and this one right here is projected to get almost 12,000 Yummi just from the one. So that is why you're going to start to probably see, and I already start to see people who may, I don't know if they know anything about it or not. They're sniping those ones that for like 1,000 ADA right now because of these traits.
Well, before we recorded, we saw like 3 over 1,100 bought within 25 minutes. Like the same address bought it.
Insane right here. Like this guy, whoever owns this Naru 1343 is getting almost 20,000 Yummi because all these different traits right here are just so rare compared to like the rarity percent. Anything like under that 1% right now is like where you should probably be targeting. And this isn't to say like the rarest, like the rarity rankings aren't like skewed because they're obviously the rarer their Naru is in the rarity rankings, the rarer the traits they have. So they're still going to gain more Yummi. But this one right here, it literally has all traits under 0.5% rarity. So this thing's netting almost 20,000 Yummi in that time period, which is crazy. But one of the cool, and Tom, like you said, you mentioned a good point too about staking the Narus. Like these guys get locked into a smart contract, right? So your Yummi goes out of your wallet at that point. And it's locked into that smart contract for the whatever specified time. I think they said like 5 weeks.
They said that 3, 5, and 7. I think he was saying.
That's their plan, at least for now. It's not like
they had like tiers. Yeah, they had different tiers. So having those different tiers, obviously, you're not going to be able to pull your. If you say Naru's mooned like to like I don't know, like 10,000 ADA floor, and you had it locked up into that smart contract for your staking, like you just have to wait it out at that point. Like that's just where it's at. So you take that gamble every time you do it. So, but me, obviously, I don't plan on selling these things anytime soon.
No shot.
So I'm looking forward to the game, but I just really appreciated getting to see this because I know Supfrost, Nick over there, he's been hard at work on some of this stuff over here for the website and the staking portion of this. So it was cool to see all this go. And then on top of that, like you said, wouldn't get too much into like the tokenomics of what they did, but it was cool to see, how much that this is basically the ecosystem is the main portion of this. Is 80% of the Yummi token is going to be allocated to like the actual game itself. And
or just the fund in general. There's that'll be allocated to multiple things, the game, the staking each month, things like that.
Yeah, it's supply of Yummies being staking and play to earn features, right? Like that's the whole point of it. Narus is just play to earn as well as PvP, like an online game is what they're trying to build. Cool thing, interesting thing, just if any of you guys are good at tokenomics over here, they do have a 10 billion supply of Yummi. That's the total supply of this stuff. So go find, I think I was looking, maybe Harmony 1 had a similar supply over there. And they're at like, 16, 17 cents right now or something like that. So
wow, I didn't know that.
So I'm kind of looking at how much Yummi you're going to get versus how much this could potentially go to once you start adding in like the actual like market like supply, like what the actual market cap of this coin could be. So people out there who are good at math and good at this tokenomics, you may start wanting to take a look at this too. I'm not a big technical analysis guy or anything like that.
We need JCRYPTO on that one.
Yeah, break this down. Give me some impermanent loss, Jay. Give me some your top wherever you're at, But no, these are cool to kind of see the backing of this and how they actually started to get into it. One thing I wanted to shout out lastly on this too is the self-funding. These guys are all self-funded, right? They don't have a big backer or anything like that, which allows them to have their own creative control, which I love. That these guys can do what they want because it's funded through themselves. And then again, funding's not easy over here, right? Like it's got to be super hard to build what they're trying to build without any kind of funding. So one of the things that they are doing with those booster packs for the cards, as you're able to start to buy those, the first sale for those booster packs is going to be in ADA. It's not going to be in the Yummi coin. All future sales after that, from what we understand, is going to be in that Yummi token. But to start off, to fund themselves, they're going to get their stuff in ADA for that
Makes
first
sense.
back. Yeah. And I'm completely fine with something like that.
I mean, I
That's no
wouldn't even
problem.
be upset if like even the rest of the packs are ADA, because it would just
I was gonna
make
say, no,
sense,
I'm
right?
just
I
so
wouldn't even
interested.
be bothered by it. I would
If
still
they come
buy
through
it.
and deliver the game, I want the packs. Like either way.
Yeah, I don't. That wouldn't
I
bother
don't
me
care.
at
Just
all.
connect to my PayPal and I'm spending cash on it. Like I'm
Yeah.
just whatever I need to do to buy them. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. They
obviously
need that to kind of extend their funding to get to that end goal. It makes sense.
Yeah, well, I think like I said, they want to keep it all in their own like ecosystem, right? So that's the whole point of that Yummi token, is to give it that value. But again, going forward, I think obviously everything's going to be in Yummi, but to highlight that, yes, the first game pack will be inside, or booster packs for those cards, which I think is kind of cool. They have like a red blue kind of theme going with like Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue of 50 on each pack are there. So there'll be 100 total cards, and I think they were saying anywhere from like, is it 3 to 5 or something like that per pack that you'll be able to buy?
They said they're Yummies, not monsters, right? That's we talked about that.
They're Yummi. They go by those creatures, right? And then
No,
again,
not creatures, Yummies.
Yummies. They were Yummies, not creatures, not monsters. Yummies.
Yummies. There we go. There you go. You heard it here first. And then again, we got into some of their stuff like the packs and the trainers, which we've got a chance to take a look at these. Dude, the trainer, these things look sick.
That's my favorite one though, so far. They've sneak previewed. I like that one the most. And I like you said, Tommy, it's its own. They got their own economy going. It's something that they talked about on. I don't know if you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, or any of our viewers do. That's the Dave and Buster's model, though. That's the Dave and Buster's, business plan. Where you go Dave and Buster's, you get Dave and Buster's card, you play the games, but when you leave, you got to go back there to use those points again. You know what I mean? You can't use those points at Best Buy or some shit. They got to be used at Dave and Buster's. The same here. Once you get coming in here and you start spending Yummi, you got to come back. That's the only place your Yummi's good at. It's going to be their website and within their ecosystem, but they're going to give you. It's not just a token coming out that is just coming out. They have so much planned for its actual use and utility. Is the only reason that I'm actually, so excited about their token side of things, and their staking, because, you're going to be able to interact with the game, or there's the card packs itself. So there's so many actual elements to like using.
I don't think I'm going to stake much. I think I'm going to just be gaming. I'm going to do the PvP and stuff.
Well, you definitely need a stake, because you're not going to be able to play your 10K Naroos in game. Those
but if you stake, you can't play.
What do you mean?
If you stake your Yummi, it's locked. I asked that question.
Yeah. No, that doesn't mean anything at all, dude.
Oh, the card. Never mind. Sorry. Different thing.
TJ over here just giving you some wrong info. No, no, dude. Yeah, you want to stake your 10K Naru to make that Yummi, because you're using the cards in game.
Yes,
like the card booster packs is what you're buying with that Yummi coin. You're not playing with your 10K Narus. But if you do hold one of the season ones, the season 1 cards, actually that is a thing that you're going to be able to use in game. That's one of the I think only ones that you're going to be able to do that in. I have to go back. I don't know. It's in here somewhere where they started at the road so far. I think the series 1. Here you go. So see these little cards right here. These are what you're going to be able to actually use in game to play. So these are the only NFTs currently out that you will be able to. They said at a later date, I think too.
They said either airdrop it or they'll make a card itself. They're still trying to figure out how to do it too, as well. Like as far as the logistics go and get it into the game.
Right. And on top of that too, which if you went to, I don't know if they can actually break down they broke down the rarities of like some of the tokenomics of this stuff, of the actual different rarities of like the OG. This is the original like season 1 stuff of how many all these were, which again, some of those cards will have the shinies, which are like their holographic Narus, the glitched ones, they have hidden secrets, like they're giving you all the different stuff. Well, some of that stuff is granting you an airdrop of Yummi coin. So if you hold one of those season 1s, those are actually going to net you Yummi beforehand. So if anything's on their secondary and you're wondering what to grab, go ahead and take a look at this little chart inside of here, and that'll kind of give you an idea of how much Yummi you can expect from holding one of those, which is pretty cool. And quick little mention, which we went through in the video too, drip drops is going to be utilized at some point for the Yummi stake pool for these guys. So shout out to them. I wanted a quick shout out this because I do love the previews of some of these different things. We didn't get a chance to is the Yummi creatures, right? This one's called Spike over here. And this is what kind of got me excited. Outside of just the Narus, like everybody loves the Naru. It looks great. but what was going to be the next kind of follow-up or what their monsters are going to look like. And dude, if they look anything like this and beyond, like I'm super excited.
Yeah, and you can see
yeah.
that one even seems like the beginner stage. Like you can almost see like where that would maybe evolve
Yeah.
into, like whether it has just a second evolution or it's a Charmander,
A Weedle when you know.
yeah, Charmeleon, yeah, Charizard, something like that. Yeah, exactly. Like, so I can almost just see that. I don't know if that's their plans or where they're going forward, but it'd be easy to eventually get to that point somewhere where you can see this just evolving and going so far.
Yeah. Well, I love the artwork for this stuff. And the cool thing about it, like you said, is they're going to get, when you open these card packs, you're going to get trainers, which we saw, the Yummi itself, and then you get another card over here, which is moves. So you're actually going to be able to mint the cards that give you different moves inside of the game to battle in. So obviously there's going to be some better moves and stronger moves instead of, inside of these packs. So that's going to be a fun aspect too, of where you get something and then all of a sudden you get this killer move that's just like everybody's going after. So that adds a whole new gamification aspect to this stuff. And I'm really excited because again, they have PvP tournaments, adventure mode, the legendary Yummies, like you said, the one of ones that we were talking about earlier over here on the website. Like, dude, I wonder how these guys are going to actually go ahead and get utilized into the story over here.
We didn't ask too when you're talking about the moves. I'm just going back to the moves. Like, is there like bullshit moves? Like, do you have like
tackle?
Cocoon?
Or,
like no. Tackle at least does damage.
Quick attack.
I'm talking like no. I'm talking like quick attack is a good move. Quick attack, you get to attack before the other guy. I'm talking like a Magikarp splash.
or harden,
or a harden,
something like
yeah,
that.
Harden.
Yeah.
Like I got like, oh sweet, I got a card.
Increase defense.
It just does increase defense. Doesn't, or string shots its second move. It has no actual attack, so it can never actually.
Oh my god, yeah, sand attack.
Yeah, exactly. No, sand attack's the worst one. Those sand shrews that hit you sand attack, you miss like 5 moves in a row.
I know. Well, those are the worst because they were saying if you look at like the game part of this, right? Like as you go down into like the map itself, which I'm pretty sure they forgot to leave our launch pad out of here this time. It's just, I don't know why it's not there. So we'll have to ask them about that. But like they talk about the discover the legendary Yummi, which if you look over onto their site now, these one of ones that you see, which I know Stale from CNFT.io owns this one right here for a ridiculous amount. These things are going to play into the story mode somehow over there, these are considered the legendary versions, as well as the Spoopies and all those have their own legendaries as well. So I'm curious to see how these guys play a part in the actual story themselves, which is going to be fun to see. So we could talk about this all day. I don't want to go too deep into this, but if you haven't got a chance yet, go ahead and take a look at the actual interview we did with the guys over on the dev team over there. Again, Sup Frost, DJ Zero Action, and Fan2 Robot over there. Those guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. And dude, Yummi Paper is officially out. I think people might get I'm bullish. We've always talked about being bullish. I do.
You've been bullish since day one.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this stuff. So shout out to Yummi Universe. Shout out to the guys for even allowing us to get a chance to sit down with them. We're truly honored.
Exclusive. Yeah.
Honestly,
I'm kind of confused why we even just did this. We could have just played the video and took them like 15 minutes off. We were good to go.
Right.
That's how excited we are. We just can't stop talking about it. Even with them, like they were like,
right.
No, we got to get to bed. It's a little late over here in our time zone. We're just like, I need more Yummi. Like, no, just a little bit more. Come on.
Just a little bit more over here. And then I love the little teaser that they have. They gave him the little Naru just like scribbling down just like tomorrow. So shout out to Yummi Universe. We're excited because by the time you watch this, it will be out. Hopefully. Didn't jinx that.
Yeah.
Moving forward though. Oh, and then lastly, again, just 2 more little shout outs they did inside the Discord for us. They sent us today another preview of one of the Yummi creatures, which again, they have you can tell like it's Yummi's like developing their own style because I can kind of like tell like this is obviously the artist from them over there. But it's fun to see like them evolve this stuff. And then this trainer right here, which we got a chance to see, like this is amazing looking concept or a final design.
It looks like it fits perfectly within that like kind of game style world across all those games, but within that genre, kind of share that style. And it fits perfectly within that, including the background animation and like the, just everything about it.
Yeah, they did an amazing job. Shout out to the artists over there. This is something why I'm so excited over here. So shout out to Yummi, shout out to the team, shout out to David, shout out to Shannon, all you guys. We really appreciate it. We love Yummi over here on F35. Another thing I got with the huge news inside the space this past week has been going insane. I don't know, TJ, if you want to pull me at Open CNFT where these guys are at right now.
On it.
Is the Ape Society. Dude, we've talked about these guys. I don't know how many videos ago. And I think we even discussed too. Maybe was it with JCRYPTO?
Damn,
where we
dude.
kind of broke down
Holy shit.
Yep.
What's the floor at, TJ?
2055, dude.
2055.
Yeah. Let me see if it's a thin floor too. Let me go to like JPEGs there and see this.
So just want to preface this. I bought one of these recently.
Congrats.
Over there. Dude, I was getting so much FOMO, but shout out to Chronic and Chrissy, and then also shout out to Slick from the Ghostchain community. He pulled me in on Saturday night. He's like, Tommy, get inside to the Ape Society Discord now. And I'm going there and I'm just watching everybody kind of chat. And he's like, you need to get in here, dude. Check out what these guys are doing. They have this upcoming society token drop that's about to happen. Airdrop. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but you need to get one here soon. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on this. I'm like, oh, dude, another. And then I honestly hadn't looked at the floor of these things in a while. Last I had looked at them, maybe they were at one point they had dropped back down to like 300-400 ADA at one point after having a nice little run. And then last I thought they were at was like at like a 700-ish floor. And then that Saturday night I looked at the floor and it was like 1200. And I'm just like what just happened? And then so the next day, like they all build me up and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, but my mind started racing. Like I need to flip some stuff. I need to figure a way to get in here. And then Sunday happens and Chronic and Chrissy end up doing a Twitter space on just the Ape Society in general. And I guess even the founders over there inside the Discord of the Ape Society, it's Cardman and there's one other, Congo maybe. There's a couple of them which are apparently very active, like what's his name? Chronic was saying they were like level 76 inside the Discord or something crazy.
Wow.
Like something. So they're very active inside there, which
I'd say
agree
very. Yeah, that's classified as very. Yeah.
Like the craziest part to me was that like how active everybody and supportive in that chat is. Like you start talking and like, dude, everybody starts responding and starts talking to you. They're very like hyped. It's very positive. It was a fun place to be when I got inside of Discord. And that's honestly what sold me after I got in that Twitter space. I like hovered over the buy button. I'm just like, I'm doing it. And I thought about it. I'm like, I can buy so many other projects right now with 1,420 ADA. And eventually I was just like, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Did you close your eyes and you clicked buy?
I did. And then afterwards, my wallet just went down to like, I don't know, like 100 ADA or something like that again. And I was just like, oh, that hurt. And then I looked up the next day and now you're telling me the floor is 2055. So technically I'm up 600 ADA right now. So, but the reason for these guys and why yeah, you could flip and zip, but then you'd be missing out on what is the benefit of this stuff right now. And this is the society airdrop, what you're doing. So their catalyst event was, I guess, one of these apes were on the secondary, or I don't know if it's a secondary market where they were going to get delisted. And pretty much once that ape got delisted, that was like the go signal for the snapshot to get ready to happen. And I think the snapshot happened the other day, literally right before we were doing this podcast. And now for the next, I don't know how many days, 50 days, something like that, up until May 20th, starting on March 30th through April 4th, the first epic, down until May 15th to May 20th, they're going to be doing a society airdrop for everybody who doesn't have them listed or holds them in their wallet. You'll be able to claim your tokens each epic over there, which roughly I think equates out to, what was it? I'm doing math over here. I thought it was like 5 million maybe, or 3 to 5 million, something like that. Or no, sorry, that's 3 million total. Sorry, 5,000 is what it was, I thought. And then the last one over there, they're doing 8 million of these society tokens. And with that final airdrop, if you've held every single epic during that time frame, you're going to get eligible holders for an exclusive Diamond Hands trophy that can be displayed inside of cabins. So again, if you hold through every single one of these epics, which I'm saying is very badly, but I think it totals out to about 5,000 of this coin is what you're going to get. And check my math on that. It's probably off again, but I think that's where I could equate it to.
Roast them. Time. Yeah,
somebody kill me. I think it's like just about 5,000 total if you hold through the entire thing. For one ape, sorry, and preface that for one ape.
Well, you also mentioned then too. Then they got this, and then they have the cabins part coming out too. So they got a lot of moves they're making. I mean, they got a whole bunch behind them. It's a lot more than when we talked about it with JCRYPTO. We understood. We kind of just looked and we're like, oh, these guys have funny names.
Right? Oh, isn't that the funniest part of this? Is like,
and it sounds like they have a strong community, so that's cool that they got into that. Like we just kind of saw them like, oh wow, that floor took off. These monkeys got funny names. All right.
Yeah. Well, then you like realize like there's like a whole tiered like class society system. Like, you know, there's a whole pyramid to this stuff. Like it's not just a you know, just that these monkeys have different traits and that's what makes them rare. No, there's like a whole society to this stuff. I think there's like they said almost 35 different like family names or something along those lines. It was something insane like that. I think I might have the Discord up for them too as well if my MacBook doesn't die on me. Nah, we're good over here, right? But the public announcements, you can kind of see like what, you know, they got so much community engagement over here, and I don't know where I'll be able to find that, somewhere inside of here. But I was showing you like kind of the cabins over here as well. I don't know if it'll be good to pull up on stream over here, but basically, Tom, you're gonna hate me for the screen share on this right now. You can cut off half the video.
It works all right for Mac. Actually, it's not too bad with the new dimensions on the MacBooks. It's not as widescreen.
There you go. But you can kind of see. But you see how there's furniture in there. So like the very lowest tier, which I bought a Thomas, Alfred Thomas is his name, and I can craft the furniture.
Why'd you buy a Thomas?
Dude, only because I'm a Thomas. Had to. But you get to craft the furniture inside there. Certain artists get to have like, I think they get a free frame, and you have to stake your ape in one of those picture frames in order to earn the actual society token. And each tier of like class that continues to go up and up and up get better and better perks. But each of them play a role inside the ape society with the king itself of the top family member, which those things are selling for like, I don't know, 350,000 ADA or something like that. It's like the king, and they get all the different like staking, like some sort of rewards from the entire family that they have. So
I like how they're calling the staking like putting in the frame. I think that's a really cool concept.
Oh,
it's already like a portrait, right? So like stake it by putting it in the frame.
Well, they have such like a cool, like, just, I don't know, man. It's just like a cool concept. Like, that's why I said there's so much depth to this thing.
Yeah.
That's why I appreciate what they're doing. I think that's why the whole main narrative I've seen throughout the CNFT, like tweets from these guys or like people in the community, is they're starting to like, hey, this may be our board ape on Cardano compared to like the Ethereum side. Like, obviously they bear in no mind to each other. Like, they're completely different art styles, completely different concept for what they're trying to build. But I like it's basically like dialing us back to like the beginning of society again, right? Like you're building a hierarchy from kind of the ground up, and each class has a role to play inside the society.
I think it's awesome.
So I love it. I'm sold. They sold me on this. I think one of the biggest gripes that everybody gets on from these guys is they all kind of look similar. The traits are very similar to each other. But I don't even think that matters at this point because of what the utility of this stuff does and the different perks and roles and stuff like that. I do enjoy the brush style too. Of the artwork. I do think it's more refreshing than just seeing more of the cartoon style. Maybe more like on the Chill Kongs has more of that cartoony style compared to these guys. There's nothing wrong with Chill Kongs. They have their own. I think they actually look kind of cool too. But these guys have something different, unique to them for me. And then they give you the whole lore, the cabins that are going to be basically, if you own an ape, you're going to have a whitelist to mint a cabin plot in their society. So there's a lot of utility to this. Again, you can see all the different classes and perks and stuff like that, but it'll give you the breakdown. I'm not going to go through every single one of these right now, but basically kings are like the top of the class. They run the entire family, and they get 1% of all rewards of their respective family. So owning one of these can get you probably a lot of. There's a reason they're listed for like hundreds of thousands of ADA right now.
Why didn't you buy that one?
Yeah, dude, I just took out a few loans, like just flipped, hit the lottery.
Sell your equine real fast. I know top
will be happy. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I'm the craftsman. We're the working class down here, us craftsmen. We get to receive rewards when staking our ape with a base multiplier of only 1. But we do get to build furniture, which again, we're gonna have to sell our furniture in order to make some extra money, which apparently if you mint the furniture or however you're gonna build it, you're gonna be able to sell that furniture in their ecosystem to get more society. So shout out to the thought process behind.
That's some interesting things going on for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely exciting to see some creativity brought in like that.
Yeah,
that's what I like about these projects that do something new.
Yeah, there's obviously something different to these guys, like outside of that, Cardman, Congo, and Matassa, it looks like. And then, so I don't know, man. I'm a big fan now. They kind of sold me this past weekend, but I've always kind of been keeping an eye on them. Just again, nothing that was in my radar because I wasn't in the project, but happy to be a part of it right now. And I'm curious to see where they go, man. I think a lot of people inside the community are very obviously bullish on these things and hoping that these things are going to continue to moon the way they are. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if these guys are the first inside of that 8 kind of thing to be kind of like the staple blue chip, like 8 project to go after. It certainly seems like they're trending in that direction right now. Unless Chill Kong decides to pull something out of there that one-ups these guys. But right now, it seems like they're the leaders. So shout out to the Ape Society. Alfred Thomas over here. He is part of the group. And we are officially in.
I hope to be in there one day, honestly. I
You
really
just see how fast the space moves too. Like how fast they got to 2000. You know, it wasn't more than a couple of weeks, you know, and they were just exploded all of a sudden. Like you said, Tom, it was what, a couple now 2 days since you bought yours. You know, and just the increase you've seen. So they've exploded in price. So that's just how fast it the space changes, where you could say even like a Chill Kong's like right now, it's like, hey, they're just kind of doing their thing. They got a nice steady floor. It's solid. But you know, who knows, 2 weeks from now, they could be, you know, it could be the next highest one. Like it's that crazy. That's what I love. Part of what I love about Cardano. So it keeps us fresh too. We were always, when we first started, we had a concern of like, what are we going to do when we get some slow weeks, or maybe there's not as much news. And after like week 2, we never brought that up again, because it's definitely not ever been a problem.
Not a problem.
Yeah, not at all. In fact, it's mostly like, all right, what are we going to have to like squeeze out or cut, or, you know, maybe like shorten to just fit it in the episode because we have to talk about it. But we already have like 9 hours of content written down.
Oh, I mean, even tonight, dude, like tonight we were coming into this being, you know, like I would say I'm not burnt, but I'm definitely like feeling it right now, you know? And we were like, you know, maybe we shorten up this episode a little bit, just like knock down the topics a little bit. And it, you know, it won't be that long of an episode. And here we are. Pretty sure we'll knock out that 2 hours, no problem again. Just because it's so there's so much to cover in so little time. It feels like, even though we I guess like really we didn't really have too much time this week to actually get a grasp, a handle on what has been going on inside the space, right? Like
I would say this is the most like
time.
Off the cuff, like first reactions of some of the stuff we're going over, because we didn't really plan at all, really.
Been booked out the past 2 nights.
Yeah,
But on to like
absolutely
1:30 a.m. both nights, and no time to plan.
Sorry guys, we're over here AirPodding up. Sorry.
So we got a speed round right now, right?
Yeah,
it's dogs on the chain, yay or nay?
Hey, comments up, down, let's go. No, speaking of stuff that has minted though, we're not going to let you down. We can't come over to this channel and not talk about new stuff. So rapid fire in that sense, in that spirit, real quick. First one up, Ada Army NFT. Shout out to the Full House crew over here. No.
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to Larry. You're right.
Larry, yes, Larry.
Our apologies, Larry.
Larry, I don't know how you got cut from this.
One second, is Larry really in this video? Because I never actually verified this to see him. He
is.
In this
is Larry in the video? Boom! There's Larry.
There's Larry.
How though? How did that happen? How did that
Tom, I don't know how you missed that.
I think he was on the end. I think he's on like the last one. I think I matched it to the Full House video when they just cut scenes, and I was like, oh, there's an extra guy here, and then some Larry. Sorry, Larry. Because it kind of it re-goes through, it loops back through and goes back through them again, because they all have other things to say. But
that was so funny though. Like funny. Shout out, yeah. Well, I don't know. Larry was just like, yeah, dude, that was a funny video, but you know, you guys cut me out.
That's cool interaction there that night. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, shout out to Crypto Heaps, Jordan, Stanley, Larry, and I know there's one more inside of here, and is it Steve? Did I butcher that? Somebody bail me out.
Stanley. Now you're messing up names on here. Come on, now you can't be shouting out without having the names ready.
The video's got to bail.
I had the name video.
It's not helping the case at all right now. This video is not loading with the names.
Everywhere we go,
Stanley. Stanley Stevens.
It is Steve. It's Stanley Stevens.
All right.
All right. Anyway,
but yeah, they did sell out, and I know we talked last week. They have that where if you minted, if you're one of the ones that got in on the mint, you now are locked into those royalties for life. I know that was kind of one of the reasons why we highlighted them last week. So it's cool to see them sell out too. I know that we've been in some like little community group chats with Crypto Heaps. So that was also pretty cool to see. I didn't actually know that until you told me about this was coming out, Tommy, and I didn't put those two together. I never actually realized that we had been talking with him and that he was also, it made sense. That's his avatar. And I'm sure if I just looked into it a little more, I would have seen it. But that was just cool to see that they actually were able to sell out. And especially with ADA prices going up a little bit. I know we've seen them on the rise. So sometimes, you know, people don't want to spend as much. It's nice to see.
I'm curious, TJ, I don't know if you got a chance, like what the floor on these things are currently sitting at.
I think they were. I think they were at 40.
They were 55.8. They were 55.8 at a mint on the public. And yeah, they sold out. But I wanted, one thing I did want to shout out about this, because we were talking about it in our thing, the Peppermint NFTs, the minting service that they have.
Oh, flawless.
The queue system they used on that mint was by far the smoothest queue system I've used yet inside of the Cardano mint.
Great.
Like, by far, like even cornucopias and derpers and stuff, like they should really look into whatever these guys did and like trade stuff back and forth, or who knows what you know. But they had a really good queue system, and I really appreciated that, because the queue updated in live time. It was easy to get in. I didn't have to worry about like stressing, because I just kind of looked, and eventually it got there and I was fine. And I was able to mint 2 of these things.
Even with these queue systems, though, I still go in there with the old minting strategy, right? You want to click first, right? Like I clicked on that shit so fast. I was 15 out of like 33. Like quick as hell. That's how fast I clicked that thing. So I mean, I still have that mentality of being first in that queue system.
We've seen it though too. I mean, nothing's necessarily safe because it's not like a standard set way. We've seen projects where they've known like, hey, you guys will have 24 hours to get in on your mint. And then some error happens or something like that as far as the minting process goes, and they actually end up going all out, and people are like, oh, I guess I can't get mine now.
Yeah, well, these
sounds
guys,
like a familiar story, Tom. Where's that from?
Yeah, right. Look at that. We got Thor over here minting this stuff. Like crypto heaps. There's a big joke, and I heard Blake say it again last night. There's like, they had like that little like emoji of like the guy like holding his like hand like this, and there's the sheesh over there. He's got the dollar sign, and I'm not going to do it in that voice, because I want eventually or something like that. I don't know. But I hope we can get Crypto Heaps over on the show one day to go ahead.
That'd be a good time. Even you know what? Let's bring Larry on the show too. Like get Larry on your full show time.
Yeah.
What's that from?
Now, that's from Impractical Jokers, right? Larry.
No, that was from
that's Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry. Yeah. Chuck and Larry.
There's two references for that. But God, Larry's gonna be like, yo guys, I really appreciate you shouting me out. Like, shut the fuck up at the same time. Like, you got it. I wish you guys didn't talk about me.
Yeah.
But no, it was cool to see like all the different again. I think we talked about it.
Getting in on them.
I feel like I know some.
Congrats to him again.
Live stream.
I gotta say, all right, this is a little bit off topic. Stop right there. Go back up a little bit, Tommy. This is my conspiracy theory. Clark Kent is also Cardano man. That's his side hustle alt account.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's already been confirmed, dude.
Has it?
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just like alt account he uses. He was in there. He was in CNFT live last night as Clark Kent.
I know he jumped in our Discord too, and I was like, "Is that Cardano man?" Like, because he jumped in and mentioned dolphins. And I'm like, that would make, I mean, it's pretty obvious if he's Cardano man, he's a Clark Kent thing, but you guys are just like, nah, I don't know about that. I think that's guy in their Discord.
Well, okay. Clark Kent is over here minting ADA engine. I think most of the people inside this space were minting ADA Army at the time. So these guys, they sold out. Congrats to them. The queue system, top tier. That Peppermint minting service, I'm very excited to see how that continues to evolve the space, because outside of ADA Army, guess who else is using that? Split World. They are being minted, which actually will, and when the podcast releases, these are minted already. This is on a Thursday, the 31st. These guys are minting at 1 p.m. Eastern over here. Was that 5 p.m. UTC, TJ?
Yes, it is 5 p.m.
You don't need to clarify. It's already happened for our listeners.
Yeah.
That's true. It doesn't matter the mint time. Who gives a shit?
They don't care about the mint time. We're like, hey guys, I wish I would have released this video a day earlier.
Thursday.
Right? Yeah. Well, the cool thing, they just dropped the announcement today, at least when I saw that. So the future is upon us, 100% public scale, no whitelist. Now the more that I get closer to release, like I thought the artwork was cool already, but starting to see like even just this little teaser here right now, I'm getting even more hyped for this project over here. I think this might be a lot bigger than maybe I originally saw.
I think you just said they're using the Peppermint system too.
Correct. Yeah. See, they're using the peppermint. So tomorrow you don't need to necessarily be in front of your computer.
Saying I have a chance. That's a game changer.
All you got to do is click the button to get in queue, and then you let the rest do it from there. So just
as
be
Tom
quick
likes to say, giddy up. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Giddy up over here. So TJ,
I'm hoping
by
the time, you know, on Friday when you're listening to this, we'll hopefully have shared our split world already in our Discord
in the showroom.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll have some of these by then.
I'm
definitely going for one tomorrow.
You can see we're about 13 hours away as the time of this recording. There's 7,777 split troopers from the dystopian future and are awaiting orders for deployment on the Cardano blockchain. 3D artwork, like I said, high quality customization. And I guess I didn't really look at this right here when I was reading through originally, but the artist Loshak previously worked on Ethereum and Solana, who's now bringing his talents to Cardano. You're going to see, I see a lot of these artists that are over on the Ethereum chain who have high quality art starting to make their way towards Cardano, which we've talked about with Overexposed as well. And Ren Ellis and the guy, that team over there. It's dope to see this high quality stuff start to come over here into Cardano. I'm excited to be like, this is going to start to be the standard, you know, what to expect from these. And 3D, first off, we've talked about this multiple times that we just want 3D artwork. That you can go ahead and customize your NFT. Like we want customizable NFTs. And that's, again, some of this stuff is starting to look pretty good. And I don't know how this exactly works, but I know that you're going to be able to start mixing and matching.
What were those things called in Destiny, Tommy? Was it the ghosts that used to follow you around like that? So that's really what the vibe I get when they're holding those things up with this. I think I'm pumped for that. It looks really cool.
They do. They're officially verified on JPEG Store already. Yeah, they do have like that video game, like that element, right? That sci-fi kind of like vibe to them. I'm a big fan of what they're doing over here. I'm actually, the more I like hear stuff from them, I'm really excited. And I know, like they said, I guess Mr. Rob Ada, which I've seen, you know, his name. I don't know him personally or anything like that. But yeah, I guess he's part of the Shark Tank thing too. Also with Crypto Heaps, they do those Twitter Spaces. He is also part of that project for Split World. So apparently I saw a little story from Cardano Man about this, of how they were kind of chatting about it. And he basically was like, they wanted to do something different and they were considering just kind of getting into it and just dropping it. And, you know, and Cardano Man was like talking to him, was like, do what you want to do something unique and innovative. And that's how it kind of got to where the customization portion of this started to happen. And eventually led to where they're at right now. And then, yeah, he kind of helped guide them a little bit inside of this, which is kind of cool to see the backstory to how this project even came about. So you got some big backers in the Cardano community over here now that are already like starting to, you know, back this project. And you can see that there's people and influencers and just other people, like quality people behind the team. That
a lot of big names just being retweeted here. Just looking through this, DZ, Cardano Man, shit, there's just another one I just saw below that, but there's a lot of big names just talking about them as far as getting even the hype up. Even if you're looking at that from like a flip point of view, you know, I'm curious to see now that this will have come out after they've already been sitting on the market for a bit, but it definitely seems like the hype is there as far as the community goes. People looking at these and want to get in. I assume they'll have sold out pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't imagine these things don't sell out instantly. When we do see this, so
yeah, probably day of sell it for sure. Easy.
Yeah, day of sell it. I can imagine, like, if you're not in that queue right away, like you're gonna lose your spot. 7,777. TJ, I don't know if you have the price or not for these, but
they're 88.
88, yeah. So again, with Cardano going back up again, so the prices are a little heavier, but I definitely think that, I mean, this looks like it warrants that price point. So and you get to change your NFT in the future. That's the cool part about this. And I know they're teasing some stuff with like CNFT Con and some other things going along, which we talked about with Thor when he was doing this. So shout out to Split World. Shout out to that peppermint minting service. I'm curious.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that. So I'm
happy. I'm excited for that.
I'm pumped for that too, because I really do have a shot at getting that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, speaking of other mints that we did get a chance to talk about that minted today, which I ended up missing out on, was Pendulum NFT. Another one of these high quality artwork NFTs that just dropped today. It's like those side profile views of the faces, like robots, and they have some crazy traits on this. The artwork is very like unique in the sense of like the different like attributes,
I like
and
it
traits
a lot.
that they have.
It's
Yeah,
really
it looks
good.
like a very clean, like profile type pick, like
Yeah.
artist. And what again, I don't know too much like of the backstory of what these guys are doing outside of just the artwork itself. And because again, you get so lost inside the space sometimes. But I can tell you that, like I said, if you're looking for a high quality like photo of just artwork that looks insanely like unique.
Sci-fi kind of futuristic too, like vibes to it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, that guy still looks like Michael Jordan to me. I still get that vibe. I'll always hold on to that vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So, yes, I don't know why, it just reminds me of that. But there's some crazy looking ones like this one. Like I was some that had like their faces like they're skulls or something like that. Like I mean, some of these get really intense as far as the designs over here. Maybe these, I don't, who knows what those sell. Probably doing well. TJ, I don't know if these have a floor value on these as well either. While we're scrolling through these. I've got to find, there it is. This is one of the ones I want to highlight because this one looked really cool. Just like the flaming head of the skulls on these.
178 floor. And then it goes to 193.
178. So they've basically doubled.
So like
they were 108. I think they were 108 at a mint.
But even still though, like I'm with Thor on that. Any project I don't mint always does really well, right? So if I mint a project, just know that it's going to be either floor or below. So don't listen to anything I ever say or come up with. Just not financial advice.
Oh, man, these are really cool too.
That even goes back what JCRYPTO say. None of us actually know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
We just talk about it a lot.
Yep.
Wow, dude, some of this stuff, like I haven't seen some of these, and I was just out of the
really
loop today.
good.
I was just out of the loop today, just because there was so much going on. We were trying to play catch up from yesterday. And I just missed my chance to get in on this.
I don't know what today is, honestly.
Is this your computer glitching, Tommy? That's the picture, right?
No, that's the actual picture. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Pendulum though. These things have worked. I don't know how many months.
They're clean.
How many months they they were announcing this stuff, and then they took their time. That was their big thing. They didn't rush it. I know they originally had a mint date when we were getting ready to talk about them, and then they delayed it because they weren't ready yet. And then, of course, that paid off well. Obviously, they got a good mint, and the community seems to be embracing them. And the artwork is super dope. So shout out to Pendulum NFT over here. I just wanted to go ahead and showcase these guys. It's a dope community, and I know there's some big people who enjoy this artwork as well. And it's another one we missed.
Yeah, that's why it's doing well, though. That's why it's doing well.
Yeah. Right. Another
so
one.
You're welcome. It's
because don't say it. So you're welcome. Whoever got one.
Right. You're welcome. Shout out over here though to our giveaway winner, Oside, who won not only one of the coolest prizes of the night.
Sorry, I had to do it.
Ghostchain, let's go. No. Ghostchain, dude. Again, I don't know how much more we can say about these guys. They are obviously a big.
Are they new? I actually haven't heard of this project.
Are you in on this one, Tommy?
I don't know, man. I've never heard it. No, these guys. Obviously, we love this community. Slick and just I think everybody inside that Discord. Alexander, shout out to him a couple weeks ago coming on the space for Taco Tuesday. Every single one.
When sit down, Alexander.
Yeah, so Alex, when you guys get launched on this stuff, man, please let us know because we would absolutely love to talk with you. Shiz over there inside the community, we got a chance to do the spotlight with him. I know there's so many more inside of this Discord, but these ghosts, they have released their Whitepaper 2.0. I just wanted to kind of highlight that as we approach the free roam launch of their marketplace. But the Ghostchain Whitepaper 2.0 has officially come out, and it pretty much just highlights a little bit more about what their goals are, like long term for the project, and how that soul token is going to be a big gameplay or like a big component to what the overall like project itself is and how it ties into free roam, which they're not going in like super detail about. But that kind of makes me even more excited because I'm like, if they're not even like kind of just, they're still teasing it, even though like we've heard so much so far, like what could possibly this thing do? What could the utility be behind that soul token that they're getting ready to drop, which they've already airdropped some of that stuff back in December to some of the holders. I know Slick has a bunch of it.
Well, just with how big free roam is, like it's crazy to think like there's more. You guys
know,
right? Like
how many layers
stuff,
to
like
this?
You said, Tommy, like just how also secretive they're being too. It's also not just kind of like an extra little like, this is fun. Here you go, guys. It's like something you guys are like really like working behind the scenes developing. You're only like teasing little bits of it.
Well, they are so like proud of what they're working on, but they're also so like they're not putting out anything without being bulletproof, like ironclad on what they're telling you. Like they are really taking their time. Originally, it was supposed to be back at like end of January. We were supposed to have this. So they've continued to add on to the team and like continue to refine like the project itself. So it's cool to see the white paper 2.0 kind of come out because again, they promise there'll never be more than these 10,000 ghosts, and there's no royalties on the project. So secondary sales of this, there's no royalties on this, which everything is being given back into the holders of those ghosts who own those.
That's
And
amazing.
then utility we can disclose is 100% net profit share of the free roam marketplace to Ghostchain holders, airdrops of the soul token, and in time a metaverse of interconnected decentralized products.
Interesting.
Um, so that's where I'm really curious about them is
Yeah.
what their version of a metaverse is and how it gets connected with decentralized products. I don't know what that means yet.
Well, isn't there
Um,
that thing where you have to something where you have to find that one ghost? I forget. I mean, I'm
Ada,
really
yeah,
drunk.
you'd have to find Ada. Eventually, yeah, there will be a puzzle to find Ada, the one of the ghosts. That's like one of the rarest ghosts, apparently. But I love how that yeah, they tease it. The only utility we can disclose, even though they have a white paper right now, it's like, all right, guys, like your hype is really building up right now inside this space right here. It's getting me excited.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
and I love that their thing is they don't want to be just a flash in the pan. They're here to be around here for the long term. This isn't just like a project and they're launching it out there and hoping that it's going to do well. These guys they're so committed, they're so confident in what they're building, and I think that inspires confidence in the community and inspires just I don't know an outside perspective. This is why that people need to know about this project. And why I think that giveaway that we did last night, I think, shout out to Slick first off for doing that again. But the person who won that O side, like, dude, who knows what he just possibly got, right? Like
Right.
long term for the space. Like it could be something amazing. And I know people inside the community are going to tell you that it was. And again, we missed this, man. The pre-sale was back in October 6th of last year. Missed out on
Again,
that.
yep. Again, one we didn't mint, right? So it's
Yep.
doing well, of course. There you go.
Missed out on that, and then it was sold out by Monday, October 11th of 2021, and it did a kind of a tiered
Damn.
approach to
So
the
it took
minting.
5 days to sell out. Oh man. So it's not like we didn't have time to get this. Oh, we dropped the ball
Yeah,
big. I didn't realize it was
like
5 days.
I know, man. Well, it was. I
Ah,
just didn't do research in that time because everything there was so much happening, and that was right around the time, like you said, we were getting ready to start the podcast. Then, like we had so much on our mind at that point. It just this one slipped past us somehow. But again, shout out to Slick and the community for getting us involved even in it by
absolutely.
holding our ghost. But as they kind of give you the history, they go, "We're free to roam over here, and it's time to roam." I'm sorry, and they go back into free roam, right? Like that's the big utility into this right now.
Hmm.
And just the first product released by the Ghost Chain community, it'll be an NFT marketplace and develop into a hub for the Cardano ecosystem. So this is like they want it to be a one-stop shop for this. This is your one-stop shop. Everything CNFTs is right here. They want it to be like the OpenSea, but more than just an OpenSea. Like you're going to come in here to be able to, obviously buy and sell whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to actually be able to see the news of upcoming projects on their calendar. You're going to be able to see like the open CNFT view of what the project floor is, what you're doing on the side right now, TJ. Just killing it right
I'm like
now.
your
And then on
pool,
top of that,
Well,
pool
it's gonna
PM.
save the tabs you open up. Like even for
oh, I
doing this
know.
podcast, you just have this one place to look up everything you're talking about. That's gonna be beautiful.
Oh yeah, well that's everything too. I love the fact that you can also connect your wallet, which originally the dashboard we talked about the dashboard with JCRYPTO and stuff of how it connects and you can see all the all the project value of what you hold, like all your NFTs in your wallet. It reads like the floor values of that stuff. But I also read inside of this paper here. It actually tiers and gives you a good guesstimate based on it takes the analytics of the marketplace. So of like-minded traits that are currently buying and being sold, and it uses that to predict instead of just giving you the floor value. Like say I own my clay, but the floor value is 1,500 ADA or whatever it is for clays, but I know my clay obviously is worth more than that. What it's doing then, it doesn't just give me the floor value for my clay, it tells me the buying like recent sales of similar traits to my like actual NFT specifically, and then it gives me a guesstimation in the close average based on that historical data. So it won't give me the floor value of my clay, it'll actually give me kind of its best guess at what it really is worth at that time. which is pretty
Oh
cool.
wow! See, I thought it was just going to be like basic floor information too. That's so much
No.
more like
Way
information
more
I
in
think that
depth.
was providing. Yeah.
No, it is amazing how that actually works, and I'm sure that I think it's actually down further into the paper when I was reading that. Yeah, like the free roam like analytics is over there. So this is the port right here. So basically an option for estimated values of NFTs will be available for those who want a better evaluation of their NFT portfolio's worth. It's important to remember this will only be an estimate, as users are free to buy and sell NFTs of any value they like. But the example they use is you own a top 1% NFT from a collection, but it's currently evaluated at the same price as all the others. Using ongoing metrics captured from purchases on free roam, this 1% that you own will be evaluated more accurately based on liquidity. This will give you more accurate prices for your NFTs. So that right there just saves me so much work. It saves me so much time to try to be like, how much do I really have in my portfolio right now? And it may scare the shit out of me to be like, dude, I got this much right now. Like,
I know it might be dangerous though, for real. Like, oh man, I have this much. I'm gonna sell that
like,
now. You know?
Yeah, I love the fact that they're doing the work for you and it's helping you out. And let alone gives me a reason to come to this website. It gives me a reason to come to this marketplace, right? That's what the big sell has to be, right? Like JPEG Store took over, the volume from CNFT.io simply because it was a better functioning marketplace. The ease of use on it was better, and these guys are they're saying, you know what? Here's a reason to come use us. And then on top of that, the Ghostchain holders are rewarded because of that, because of all the net profits. And again, just important to notice that these net profits are also after all the expenses and all the fees and all that stuff that they make, right? So it's not just like net profit percent of whatever the sales volume is for that month or something like that.
Right.
That's not how it's going to work. But I think it's important to notice like that. That's why ghosts are as expensive as they are, because there is so much value into it. And I'm serious. I'm really excited all of a sudden for these. Not all
And
of
they
a sudden.
also don't
I've been
also
excited.
like aren't planning like, hey, we're going to take over the entire CNFT marketplace or anything like that. Like they also don't rely on that. Even the ghost chain holders, they can just take, if they can just show that they can perform and get a nice decent sized chunk, they'll be successful just off that. Now I also am excited, like you said, Tommy. I think they're going to do more than that. I think they're going to be much stronger. And from what they've shown just from the beta of the marketplace and linking your wallet and seeing that information, I could see some widespread adoption as far as their marketplace goes.
Yeah,
Especially
absolutely.
as we start to grow and see the other features as they continue to develop them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to notice inside of here too, just because we keep talking about net profit. Like net profit, like that's a scary word probably to some people who are worried about whether ramifications, especially us being inside the US, of like taxes and securities and things like that. And they said we are aware of the current situation surrounding uncertainty of what classifies as a security in the NFT space. However, we have legal experts in our corner who are helping us steer clear of any missteps. And we're confident we can deliver on our promise of utilizing the staking of a ghost chain or multiple ghost chains with your stake key. And then the Ghostchain NFT staking still is currently in development, and they expect the first rewards to be distributed at the conclusion of Q2 of this year. So they can kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown, but basically this equates into 0.01% of the net profits after all expenses are there for one single ghost. And it's important to notice that even though if you have a legendary versus a common, you guys are still getting that same percentage of reward. So it doesn't tier up or anything like that. But the different legendaries and stuff like that, outside of just being cool looking, they do give you different discounts on the free roam marketplace, different percentages. So that
Yeah,
is
as when you're
important
like
to note
selling and things like that, like as far as your fees and stuff.
that.
It's almost like a kind of like a VIP pass, like having Amazon Prime or something like that.
Yeah, and then again, the soul token is kind of this is the last portion of this, and looks like they have, what is that, a 1 billion supply, the tokenomics behind this right now. I feel like I'm learning a lot about tokenomics recently, especially looking into like the Yummi stuff
Every
over here.
project's
What is this
coming out
like
with a
a
token now.
exactly? We a micro cap channel
Yeah,
now? What's going on here?
we're about to start breaking into this stuff, dude. Curious to see the 1 billion supply of this stuff. The team gets allocated 20% of that. Public is 77%, and then they have 3% dedicated to lottery and management of this, and they kind of give you the breakdown. So I'm curious because I know they will have some sort of like sale of this at some point just to get regular people into this. But just diving deep into this, you also will get DAO benefits too for owning over 100,000 soul tokens, to kind of guide free roam and other projects in the Ghost Senate, as they call it. And then eventually they have a deflationary, basically SOL becomes deflationary because every quarter they buy back SOL and burn them, which makes it a deflationary asset, and all buyback transactions will be announced on the Cardano blockchain. So you can keep track of what it is that they're buying back to burn. So
that's cool.
Interesting stuff that these guys are doing. They actually have a, percentage of the tokens will only be available by holding a Ghostchain NFT, and these will be distributed to Ghostchain holders quarterly over the next 2 years, rewarding the hodlers. So they have plans for this to be not a short-term thing. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, keep rewarding those that hold in and have been there since the beginning.
Yeah, and then lastly too, like I said, those DNAs that each of those ghosts hold, the more rare your DNA is, the more SOL on that airdrop you're going to receive. So it's interesting what these guys are doing. Obviously, we're big fans of what they're doing, and we're a big fan of the community. Obviously, we've given now 2 ghosts away. Shout out to Slick. We've done one for our 1,000 subs. Which shout out, guys. I don't know if you said any of that. Shout out to 1,000 subs to us, right? That was
that's right.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we didn't make an announcement about that. We just kind of breezed past that this week just because there's so much going on.
Small potatoes are ready for
good
10,
busy though.
It's a good busy, right? So yeah, it was like 2 ghost chains that we had given away on that, and yeah, we hit our 1,000 subs, boys. How do we feel about that?
I mean, it's surreal. I never thought we'd get there, honestly. Not never, but like I didn't like it. Just what I just said. It's surreal. Like to think we have 1,000 subs now.
No,
think about where we started.
Keep on.
We
going.
can officially
keep on going.
Chasing
That's
that
right.
high. I need to keep chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
We can officially we can monetize eventually here once we hit our hours and stuff. So we're about to become YouTube partners. That's one thing I never thought in life that I would do. I've always talked about it, TJ. I know back in the day of like wanting to do something like that.
Like yeah, always. I talked to with you. I talked to with Tom. Tom and I like even made like some random like skit. Literally like 12 years ago, we wanted to make videos on YouTube. Like that's always been like kind of our thing we wanted to do, and just now it's coming a reality, which is exciting. And like Tom said, I'm chasing that high. I want to get more.
I'm ready to take. I want that YouTube like
the plaque, right?
Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Faith +1 and go to Myrrh with 1 million sales.
How does that work with us though? You get like a chunk of it. It's like I get like a portion, like a puzzle piece.
I think they send. Maybe we might all 3. Yeah, we'll just break up the 3. That little plaque. I'll
like a little puzzle piece.
I think we each get them on a necklace, and then we put them all together, and we're best friends for life.
When do we get F-35 tats,
guys? How do we not put this together that we're the 3 best friends?
Oh god!
Somebody in the chat hates us right now.
Like, can you get back to the CNFTs? I don't give a shit.
Guys, come on, dude. It's been like 2.5 hours now. You guys are killing me right now. I thought you guys were tired. I'm tired, Tom. I'm turning into I don't even know who I am.
No, you gotta find that second one. You just go into delirious mode. You don't even know it's like you're like half drunk almost. You just your mouth. You just open your mouth and words come out.
Yeah, you got no filter at all. Speaking of no filter over there, perfect transition. The bun. Build a bun.
The bun.
We got Airdrop this week, dude.
He's gonna hammer me this week, though.
Well, I hope he hammers TJ.
But last week he made the comment,
that you always slide by.
But then I messed up and didn't drop my address in the verify OG role, and I almost missed out on my bun. And then he said ban. He put ban user. When I said my bad bun, not this some address, he goes ban user.
He literally was like,
did hammer you,
a couple more. We're gonna do a
he's
drop
gonna
today. And then like no one, and then like some people dropped in. And it was like, hey, there's like 2 of you left trying to give these last 2 away.
Like, shit.
Have you even gotten it yet?
I did. I got mine.
Okay,
34.
Yeah, the last one's out. Yeah, because I know he was, like waiting on everyone, trying to send them out.
Yeah,
this shit was funny.
The bun over here just like roasting me with I told you my broken computer, which again, my computer's still struggling even right now, trying to stream this. But he's like, and then Tom over there was talking about dressing the bun up as like a turtle with his build a bun. And then he was just like, great idea dressing the bun as a turtle, Tom. He goes, can you please email it to shit ideas we won't do at Grumpy Bunny?
Did you get a response from that one, Tom, or no? Nothing.
Yeah.
I got something that said like mailer Damon, like unresponsive or something. I wasn't quite sure. So I thought
405 gateway.
It was like a voicemail or something. I didn't quite get it for emails. Yeah. I thought I had a pretty good idea for a bun. I don't know. We can't really show that on stream. I don't even know if we can show that in the Discord.
Anything.
But yeah, we'll have to see, if you can maybe tease that somewhere. I'm not sure if that.
I don't know if Bun will appreciate that. If he'll accept that.
I don't know if he'd like that either. You're right. We'll have to see. He didn't.
You have to message that in that.
Yeah, he didn't like my turtle idea either.
Nah, but he's, at the end of the day, he did say all love, and TJ, you seem to always escape, but he did ban you inside
I'm
the
getting
Discord.
next time. I said ban for sure.
I tried on my phone. I was trying to, guys, do you can you guys read this?
That was funny. I even played the sound in my head looking at that image.
Right? That's
I
all.
I wasn't gonna imitate it, but yeah, something like that.
I always
never
just do that now.
understood why was that a thing? Why did modems make noises? Like, what was the purpose or function of them to actually make? I think it goes back to like old phones or something. They used to send signals.
So
to,
you know
like,
they work
long distance. No, you don't need it for that at all. Like, why?
No.
Why do they continue to make them with like some sort of like, you know?
Well,
It's
think
just
about
the-
it.
it's
Tommy's
tie it back,
computer
right?
makes noises and finally died on him.
That's right. Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
he wants it to sound like a Harley.
No. Well, we'll get it back on track because the bun already hates us for taking up that little time right there for him. There's 30 of these base bun NFTs that got dropped to long-term supporters. So shout out to the bun for allowing us to be a long-term supporter. I know we've got a chance to talk about the bun all the way back from the season 1 to season 2 mints back in the day. I love the 3D version of the bun.
Me too. I really like that.
It looks really clean. And again, it goes back to the customizable NFTs, right? Like that's where some of the stuff in the space is going. So I'm really curious what people are going to do, what kind of accessories that Bun starts to create, and then even collab accessories. Bun, if you ever just want an F-35 like rocket out there, you just let us know.
Maybe that's what you got to build for your Build-A-Bun.
Yeah, I'll put a rocket. I think you don't have control over what exactly the assets are. They're building the assets, and you get to create them.
You specifically, Tom, do not have control because we already know what you put on it.
We've seen it. You're not allowed to control Bun's assets right now. No, dude. I didn't realize, like it said, the 3D modeling of this stuff, like the little snow globe. It's kind of cool to see the process of this throughout the entire thing. But yeah, the Bun now he gets to hold his little snow globe. So I'm assuming they're pre.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like the snow globe a lot, though. I'm a big fan of.
Why wouldn't it be an Easter basket?
Yeah. I think because he's saying "fuck Easter."
No, that's right.
Fuck Easter. But yeah, no. Shout out to the Bun for being just a big supporter of us. Bun always shouts us out every now and then on Twitter. Just it was kind enough. He actually put, when we did our Discord on day 1, he actually put a link to our Discord inside of his Discord. So big shout, big much love to Grumpy Bunny. You always, like I said, we have the love-hate relationship sometimes, but just know, like we said, at the end of the day, it's all love. And I would love, like we said, that open invitation eventually when we get a chance to, man. We'd love to host the Bun onto the show, get a little sit down going, because we are huge fans.
I feel like it'd be a roast fest the whole time.
It will just be us trading shit talk. Well, we won't talk about anything other than the 2 of us, our 3 of us going back and forth to them. It'll be amazing. But shout out to Build a Bun. Keep I want to see. Yeah, keep on keeping on. No, we're gonna continue to update you guys as this continues to grow. All I'm just thinking about is what Tom's Bun's going on.
We might have to see if we can do that and share that on Discord or something. I don't know. I didn't really put rules on like adult content.
And SW, what is it? What's the little
not safe for work?
Not safe for work.
I mean, if you used to watch like E Entertainment, like TV back in the day or whatever, they'd show like they blur everything except maybe a nipple or something like that. Like, oh, I wonder what could be under there. But never really put those kind of rules on our Discord.
We're defiling.
We'll figure something out here.
Well, shout out Bun. Roast TJ in the comments, please, this time around. Not me.
I
love it. Speaking of fan clubs over here, moving on. The Fahadouken, the 1K club is now a thing over here. This is Fahadouken, obviously, it was a big community member inside the CNFT space. He's a collector. Guy has a massive amount. I don't even know what the count is anymore. This was back, I don't even know if it was September-ish or something of last year. He had the 10K tribute.
This was one of your first mints too back in the day, right? Like one of your first.
It definitely 50. Was one of my early ones first. Yeah, maybe first 50, right?
Well, because I remember you minted like everything every day at the time then before we even got in here.
Yeah. Well, the big thing was like the FAHA100, right? Like Fahadouken, he's a huge collector in the space, and now he's on the Equine NFT team. Big community member inside of CNFT space, and he's this piece right here was drawn by Oodon over from Happy Hoppers, so there's a lot of like OG-ness like tied into this picture. You can see all the OG projects back in the day. You got the Naru, you got Space Buzz, and I think the Chibi Dango Heroes or something along those lines. Sushi Bites, Cardano Bits. There's so many other projects inside of here, but They did a 10K tribute poster by Oodon. And this now is actually going to mint you. They did one other airdrop back, I forget if it was last year, for the holders of this. And now Fahadouken, he opened up the Discord for FAHA1K members. So if you hold this NFT, the Fahadouken 10K tribute, I think they did a snapshot today on March 30th. You're going to get the next version, tribute number 2 is going to be dropped, or sorry, tribute number 3, sorry, by Oodon again, aka airdrop number 2. And I'm excited to see what this is going to look like. Because dude, that artwork, like I said, is so much fun.
It's like it was made for you, Tommy. Like Fahadouken, you're a huge Oodon fan. That's like you're all about that, right?
Cardano bits,
bro,
all that.
Dude, this looks like
I was drawn for you. That was like if you commissioned it.
You just got to slip a clay in there and you're good to go.
Right? Yeah, I don't have the second one up there right now, but they also have a second, the first airdrop that was done again by Oodon. So I love that Oodon continues to draw this because it gives you a good snapshot of what was popular kind of at the time, especially inside the CNFT space. It's like a little throwback to what was just popping at the time. And before even some of these, I don't even think Yummi had a release technically yet at this point before this was even a thing. Or I mean, their 10K hadn't released. Yummi obviously came
probably
out
just
April
a teaser
21.
or something, but that's true. Yeah, April. That's right, April. You're right.
They were already out, right?
Yeah, 10K collection. I know.
Yeah. The 9K. Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
So I don't know how many NFTs Fahadouken holds now currently. I would love to ask him and talk to him. So hopefully one day we'll get a chance to talk with them.
With the Equine team, that'd be cool.
Maybe like 12 or 13, probably.
Yeah, he's got to be probably like 30,000 of these things probably by now. But also, you guys, I'm gonna catch it after the fact and be like,
okay.
Oh, the FAHA1K, there's a lot of OGs I was looking at inside the chat here for them, because the FAHA also has the FAHA100, which those tokens, I don't even know. At one point they were going for like 6,000-7,000. They're probably more now. They're like the OG holders, or just like high alpha if you want to know anything that's going on, or just what people are doing. And most of these people have their own projects or doing something now. This is kind of opening it up for the next like tier, the FAHA1K. Maybe eventually he'll have the FAHA 10K because he's getting as big as he does. So I just had to shout this out. The Discord is now officially open. You can go ahead and join it with the link down here. Go ahead to his page. And then on top of that, you can verify your wallet inside there for holders to get an exclusive chat for what he's got going on. So shout out to Fahadouken over there.
Yeah.
Moving on real quick announcement. We've talked about this a million times, it feels like, but I can't not ignore this again, because guess who retweeted this? Kaskade.
Wow.
Over here for the FutureFest. If anybody's curious, Kaskade, cool. 1 million followers right here on Twitter, and he pulled the retweet for FutureFest.
A few more than us, you know.
Few more than us, right? But Kaskade, he actually does like a voiceover inside of it too. It's pretty cool.
I didn't even catch that video. That's awesome. That is really cool.
So yeah, dude, multi-Grammy nominated EDM artist Kaskade. Again, this is happening on April 14th. Again, it's going to be the first Kaskade NFT. It's minted on the Cardano blockchain, and this is rewarded to everyone who holds one of the deluxe future bots from FutureFest. So I'm really excited, man. FutureFest and Space Yacht is their partner over there to go ahead and get these amazing artists onto this right now.
I think it's a great artist just to kick that whole thing off. I think that's a great choice to have there. I think it's awesome. Good for them. Very cool.
Yeah. Kaskade, dude. I never actually seen Kaskade until recently when all this announcements and stuff was happening. So I'm curious, man. I'm curious how popping that event's going to be, but the fact that he retweeted this, like with Space Yacht and stuff, he's got this
it's huge
pinned up on his thing right now, man. I don't understand how. First off, how's there only 94 likes on this? You got a million.
That's what I was saying. Like, how's that happening?
Spam this right now, right? So obviously people don't pay too much attention to Twitter sometimes in certain areas, but we already may have no idea what this is. So hopefully this opens a whole new lane for the FutureFest team and for people coming over for virtual events like concerts and stuff like that, especially with everything the way it's going on in the world right now with COVID and just, you know, it's hard to travel sometimes. So this is a perfect way to get involved, you know, and it just looks dope. Like these guys and their animations, everybody, I don't know.
Whoever does that does a great job with that stuff.
They kill it. They crush it for the FutureFest team over here. I'm really excited for this. So April 14th, I just had to shout that out that he actually retweeted this. It's pinned to his page right now. So shout out to FutureFest and their team because they're doing big things. Shout out to Cardano Poppy and this FutureFest team. That's super dope, man.
I love the impression last night, Tommy, on the live show. I'm not sure
What?
the Cardano Poppy impression.
Oh yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
quite capture the energy, but I enjoyed the attempt at it.
Oh, yeah.
Least. It kind of
I can
bring it
do
in.
my best impression of our exit or outro. He's like, "All right, guys, welcome." No, I'm not gonna do that again because I'm excited. Now I'm tired, Tom. But I think we've made it here towards the back end. We're wrapping it up over here, as we like to say on the podcast. Guys, I'm
the
exhausted.
potty.
I am Freedom After Dark again. We've live streamed, I think, again, probably about 3 to 4 hours worth of content for the third day in a row. Guys, I don't know how this is going to continue to keep up, but it's exciting and at the same time it's exhausting. So,
well, the cool thing is, at least for Tom, he only had to edit 2 videos, not the 4 or 5 other things we've been doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man,
that's the nice part about this for Tom.
Even like JCRYPTO's video, like getting off
Right,
afterwards, and it's like, oh, I don't have to do anything. Like, there's no video to save. There's like
That's it.
nothing you get to work on, no thumbnails to make. Like, we're just done. I can just go watch it now. In fact, I can be like a viewer and a fan.
all right, that's the most fun part, and I think that's why we want to definitely transition to some live stuff if we have some time throughout.
I
the
really
week.
want to do the live stuff for real.
We jump into chats anyway, right? Like after it all said and done, we'll jump into the Discord chat sometimes, just the 3 of us, and start talking about stuff anyway. So throwing the camera on and just kind of having a live chat and get a chance to talk with our viewers and audience and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of where I think a lot of this will go.
Maybe
it doesn't have
a bleep button or something like that. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
some sound effects,
5-second delay or something. Just in case.
No.
What is that one, Tommy?
Boom, 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 boom.
Bow, 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 bow.
Everybody's like, dude, turn it off. Back. Done.
All right, they're done. No more
Sneak attack.
CNFTs. Is anyone still watching? No.
Hey,
Okay.
guys, hey, listen, giveaway. No.
If you guys are watching, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, notification bell. No, I'm not gonna do that.
We could. We've had a lot of new subscribers, so shout out to anybody who's made it this far, who's new onto the channel now. 1,000 subs. We're about to become YouTube partners here. I think we got us maybe like 700 hours left to watch. So guys, just go watch this.
just watch all of our videos again.
Just let it in the background work throughout the week.
Yeah.
Just forget about it. Just let it in the back of your stuff play.
There's 1,000
playlist.
All you guys just watch 45 minutes.
That's it. 45 minutes of it. That's it. No problem.
Hey, we saw the power of chat yesterday. We were able to get Chronicles. They shot up over almost getting close from like 300 subs, almost to 500. Thor broke 1,000. He's probably going to continue to crush it right now. So we got to keep up, guys. So go ahead, let that thing run, and we're about to be partnered up.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's exciting stuff. We've seen a lot of growth in 2022 for sure. So it's moving fast, and like you guys said, our schedule's already packed. And right now, looking at the little calendar thing we got, it sounds like the next couple of weeks are going to be probably equally as busy. I'm hoping I can get to sleep somewhere in here. We'll see.
It's definitely going to be busy, and it's getting harder too to schedule sit downs and
these impulse stuff like interviews and off the cuff and like random stuff. My wife's gonna kill me if we keep doing those ones. Like, okay, can you watch them one more time this week? Just watch them. I mean, that's good.
It's yummy. Like, I mean,
I know that one was easy. That was an easy sell. I already knew the whole situation. That was an easy pitch for it. I was like, okay, just one more sit down. You got to watch a little bit longer.
It's like, Jace. So there may be times that some of that stuff comes up where there may only be 2 of us, 1 of us, or all 3 of us make it on. Eventually, if there becomes more frequently, right? If somebody's like, hey, come onto the channel, it's like, all right, you get 1 of us tonight, or you get 2 of us, or something like that.
Cowboy Aaron and Saran just texted me like an hour ago to get on the stream, and I was like, I'm doing the podcast right now.
Dude, he's all psyched up, bro. You got your boy ready to continue to start buying some Yummi over there. He's about to be a Yummi whale.
He's addicted to it for sure.
Right? I love the fact that was funny to see him get excited about it too, though. So shout out to our Yummi team for jumping over again, like I said, onto our show.
Always welcome. Always welcome.
Yep. Anytime, man. We love Yummi. I think that's clear over here. But just in case you guys don't, shout out to the Yummi fam. Shout out to the Ghostchain fam over as well. And then shout out to our boy Race CNFT over there. Big fan of his. I don't think we've ever showcased off the quiet time stuff that he did for us. So
I don't think we did actually. Yeah, we should do that.
We'll definitely go ahead and we'll bring that up on next stream if you guys are interested. Or if you're not, don't worry, I'll pull it up for you anyway. But yeah, dude, I think
time too. Maybe get him snuck in there and show him. I know Ray tweeted about him also.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then I just wanted to say too, because again, we are starting to get some new requests. I think that live stream, it's just that I experienced like the shock of like how much messages and announcements. Like I didn't even know where to start this morning when we woke up, just from last night. So if there is anybody reaching out or DMs or hasn't gotten answered or something we haven't responded yet, just
It's been a hectic 2
don't
weeks.
take it
honestly.
personal. Yeah, we're sorry about that. Is we're playing catch up and we're adjusting to this with like
I'm still reading
IRL.
messages from January. So
Yeah.
what
So,
sucks too is that folder, like the request folder, like they don't show
Oh
up
my
all the
God.
time. It's
Yeah.
flooded with a lot of like promotions, like, hey, we'll promote your channel. We had the
Hey.
100,000 followers, all that stuff. We get a ton of those.
I hate those promoters, dude. I hate the promoters that just DM you. It's like, hey, do we want me to promote your project? And it's like, you didn't even know what we are.
Oh,
man. Like,
I love that one that says we love your NFTs, and I want to write back every time. Which one do you like specifically? Like which
please.
NFT do
Maybe
you actually like? Like those are the ones I really enjoy.
There's the live stream idea right there. We're gonna DM live on there all those people and ask them which one of our NFTs they like, and whatever gets the response.
That's a good one. I like that.
Twitter crank anchors.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. We'll do that. That'll be our live stream, Twitter crank anchors, and see. The bigger we get, the more content they provide us.
Next, we're gonna be like prank phone call and DGen Travis up.
Somebody, yeah, right. Or we get our ADA handle extorted and we get to mess around back with them.
All right, somebody help Tommy close this off and wrap this up for real on the back end.
All right, guys. Well, wrapping up on the back end. I'm gonna go wrap up in some blankets and fall asleep in my bed. And we'll catch you on the next Freedom 35ers.
Freedom 35ers, baby.
Peace.